Hello friends, welcome to my Sumit Nisha channel. Today in the session, we learn about how we can use event binding without event handler. Generally, we use event binding, we write a event handler in our component file. But sometimes we require without event handler. That also we can happen in our Angular. We can use it without event handler. So we will learn in this video. If you are new in my channel, you just subscribe the channel. If you want to upgrade yourself with me, you can just go through my playlist. You can get it all the videos of the Angular series as well as Spring Boot, HTML, CSS. If you want to learn the Typescript, you can just check out that video also. You can start the today's session. For that, event binding without event handler, we just use a button tag. We come down our component file. I'm creating a event binding component. We just create a one more button. For the better understanding, I'm using a button tag. You can use any tag as per your requirement. I'm just mentioning here. We can just perform a simple piece of operation, that is a addition. When we click on button, the addition is done, but without a event handler. The requirement is that without event handler. For that, we use a open close bracket, mention the event name. You can use any event, whatever the event you want to use. Right now, I'm explaining all the event present in the Angular: click event, change event, keyboard event. All these are explaining. If you not be aware about that, you can just go through my playlist and you can check out that video as well. Now you can, I want to use a click event, but without a event handler. The prerequisite for these things, you have to create a property. With the help of that property, whatever the operation you are performing, you just output will be stored on that particular property. For that, just create a property. Second prerequisite for this event binding without event handler, if you perform one line logic, then only we use a without event handler. If your multiple line logic is there, then we always recommend to use a event handler. If your one line logic, then you can go for that. So we just create one property in our component file. So come down here, we just create one property as a result of type number. In the component file, I'm just creating initially the result value is 0. Now here, I just want to make that result to store the operation or output. So we just use a result as a property equal to perform a operation 8 plus 8. Whatever the value 8 plus 8, I want to store in my result. If you notice that, guys, I'm not mention here any event handler, because in the previous video, we always use an event handler when we use any event binding. But if your one line logic, not needed to mention event handler. I'm just mentioning the result, a property that created in my component file equal to, we can just mention 8 plus 8. Now I want to just cross check whether that result is capturing the value 8 plus 8, the output is a 16. So I'm just printing that value. For that, we use a string tag. And for the display purpose, I'm just using a string interpolation. Whatever the data you have to display or render, then we use this string interpolation. If you not see the string interpolation video, you just check out my videos. You will get better understanding with the deep knowledge about this string interpolation. I'm just mentioning here result and check whether that result containing the output. So come down our browser. Right now the result has a 0, so it displays 0. When we click on addition, see the output 16 will be getting. Okay. That result contain 8 plus 8. So whatever the output is the 16, and 16 is stored in this result property, and this result is display. In that way, we can use a event binding without a event handler. Thank you guys.